Hello there. So I am home, but I forgot my tripod, so that's why it's at this angle. So this video, I want to do my favorite series as a child. Let's get started. The first series that I loved as a child is the Chestnut Hill series. This series follows 4 different girls through their experience as 7th graders in boarding school and dealing with being on the equestrian team. This was one of my favorites when I was younger. I've read these easily 20 times. I really loved the whole middle school drama mixed with horses. It really actually worked well for these books. Next, going off the whole middle school drama, I have the Bacon Street Girls books. This is the first one, and I'll just kind of paw through them. This girl, Charlotte, moves into this house in Boston, and then she has to go to a new school, and she always has accidents the first day of school. So she then has to try and bond with the girls that she ruined their lives, and they become good friends. And then another girl gets added in this one, and they just go through the turmoil of middle school. There's just all kinds of boy drama with the other girls in their grade. Just like this one, a couple of them both run for class president, and their whole group is divided of who do we vote for because both of our friends are running. And then there's just some fun going to a lake. And this is the last one I have of this series. There's actually a lot more. I really loved them because it really showed a lot of the friendship between the girls, even though there was a lot of drama and how they stuck together. And that I really loved to see. The next series that was my favorite as a child is the Animal Arc series. This series is about Mandy. Her parents own a vet place, and so she often has adventures with her friend going out and rescuing animals. I'm just going through a few of the books. I have a lot of them. And there's always different adventures. It's always fun to read. There's always something going on. They're such easy reads, but they're so fun to read, and I love them. These are the first 8. I got them as a set. After reading the first set, I was like, I have to read more. So I have a bunch more. As you can see, I'm just kind of pulling them out of my shelf here. I just don't know how many exactly I have. I have them all in order because this is book number 16, but it's the 12th one I have. I'm missing a few here and there, and I really want to get the rest of them because they're such little sweet, like, look at that. They're such little sweet books, and they're great reads, and I'm definitely keeping them around for when I have kids. I recommend them for anyone who has kids or you just want a cute little read. Definitely go for these. Libraries tend to have them. Oh god, this is gorgeous. I haven't looked at these covers in forever, and I just have to like pause and look at that. They're such well done covers too, and they're kids books, so it's just such easy wording, but it's so adorable. The adorableness just continues in the story, not even on the covers. You can see these ones are kind of newer. They have a bit of a different type of cover to them, but I have just gone through all of them. I don't really have a favorite one out of all of these. I think maybe my favorites, if I had to say any, are the first 8 because first ones I read. But yeah, I'm trying to get all of them. Every single book. So the next series, this is one of the greatest ones ever, and it is the Warrior Cat series. I first read these, someone suggested them to me, and I picked up the first one going, what am I even reading? But I fell in love with them almost instantly. I only had the 5th and 6th, this is the 4th. I only had these 2 on my shelves for the longest time, and finally for my birthday I got the other 4. If you don't know what they're about, they are about a cat named Rusty who decides to leave the comfort of his home and goes out into the wild and joins into cat clans. They're just really sweet, I think. I know sweet is kind of funny for a book about cats fighting each other, but... And then the last, my ultimate favorite kids books, which I adore these books like no other. And that is the Phantom Stallion series. And this one is my first one, and you can see it has a lot of wear. I bought it, and I was like, I want this series. And my parents were just like, you know, buy one. And you'll see how it goes. And I loved it so much. And I had my aunt go out and buy me the next 3. It's about horses, obviously. But it's about this girl named Samantha Forrester, and she lives on a ranch. And she had this young colt that ran away. This isn't the colt, this is a different horse. I'm sorry, that was really misleading. He ran away when she fell off, and so she had to go to San Francisco for 2 years and live with her aunt. And so she comes back, and he's this great stallion, and everyone wants him. And so she breaks up protecting him, but there's so much else going on. Like this horse is a horse that ran away from her friend years before, and they find it and they bring it back. And this horse saves the day, even though he's this big horse and no one knows what to do with him. And so everyone has their own story. I reread these all the time. I'm rereading them right now, actually. And I just finished rereading this one. And so here's a couple others. I love this series. If you love horses, you should definitely read them. You can go through these books in about like an hour. I can go through them in about an hour. This is like my pride and joy of my books. And the covers are just gorgeous themselves. Like, look at these pictures, and they're drawn pictures. These are the last ones in the series. I haven't read these yet, but I'm working on it. So I'm really excited because this series is just... It was my only friend sometimes. When I needed a friend, I'd turn to this series and I'd just read the books. That's why the first ones I have are so worn out, because I'd read them so often. And some of these are in such good shape still, and it's just wonderful. But these are the last 3, and I'm so ready to read them, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. I guess that's the beauty of rereading, right? So that was my favorite series, childhood series. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.